everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Giants going up against the Redskins. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The New York Giants offensively, their starters, and one guy out wide to take a look at, Sterling Shepard.
A really mature man in every way coming out of Oklahoma. Personally and professionally, you can play him out wide, play him in the slot. He can return punts for you. He's a dynamic playmaker.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Josh Norman was not a first-round pick when he entered the NFL, but he always thought he should be. Never lacked for confidence, and now he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Baker in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Jordan Reed. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And, oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover. And when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Dotson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. He actually went to Wyoming first, transferred back to TCU, and boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Jonathan Hankins is a run-stuffing defensive tackle. He creates a pile-up with each and every snap.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's brought in by Dotson. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They were trying to get it there to Josh Dotson. And now it's 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Josh Dotson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. They run again with Jackson. Stays on his feet. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. It's caught at the 10. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 53 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down. 4th and goal. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Keenan Robinson, the one that got him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now he'll look to throw, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Ryan Kerrigan from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop it for a loss of 10. 3rd and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dive. They'll set up a throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. caught. Right side, it's Lewis. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And ready now for 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? That'll be taken in the end zone. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Jordan Reed was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Out to the left, it's complete to Daxon. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw now on first down. He's got Lewis. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw here, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And some room to work. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Looking to throw. Incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Leopard! Set! Green, 39! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Over!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Beckham. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Detroit! Here we go. Green, 39!
Back to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Let's go! 3-19!
On the ground, this is Jackson. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go now. Over! Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Green.
Now it's Jackson. So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
They'll run it with Jackson. And some room to maneuver. And the cutback to the sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Back to throw here. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards. Play fake here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
Let's go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll set up to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the jump. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On the run, this is Jackson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Set, blue,
They'll look to throw. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back to throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Dotson. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll be first down, Redskins. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Strong right, strong right. Watch QB drop. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Second down following the run.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
One receiver left, two to the right.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line.
Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Shreds the tackle. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That play never got off the ground.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Gun. Leopard.
He's back to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning touchdown catch.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now out come the Giants. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.